Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm just working on some ephemera pieces for my junk journal, and I want to make a little kind of booklet to put into it. So I thought that I would just bring you guys along. So I've just got here some of my food coloured paper. Now this is kind of copy paper thickness, so it's not very thick at all. And I'm going to marry it with some of my pages here from my Paris bouquet or bouquet papers, and I'm just having a look to see which sheet I'm going to kind of marry it with. I think I'm going to go for this because I want to have lots of pink on it, because my journal that I'm making is very pink and girly. So yeah, I'm going to kind of marry it with that, I think. I don't know whether I want something thicker than this for the cover. I mean, it's just going to be a little sort of pull-out piece, really. But I'm wondering, do I want something thicker? Let me just see what else I've got laying around. I've got this gorgeous doily. Doily. I don't know why I always call napkins doilies. For some reason, the two sort of merge into one, I think, in my mind. Just having a quick look through to see whether I've got anything thicker that I could use as the cover. Can't really see anything at the moment. So I'm going to just, yeah, I'm going to have to go for this, I think, in the thicker. So that's fine. That's the thinner paper. But that's fine. Hopefully it will, you know, work out fine. So I'm going to just looking for one of the sheets that's kind of slightly more pinky, because some have gone sort of more pink than others. Now obviously I don't want it kind of the full size, because otherwise it's not going to fit in the pocket. So I'm going to kind of fold it down slightly, and then what I'm going to do is, I think, make a pocket with this side. So I'm going to just fold it back on itself like that, and then obviously fold that in, so it's a pocket inside the sort of mini journal. Now if I just kind of bring in the journal and show you the pocket that I'm making it for. So I want it to fit into here. So I mean, I need to obviously trim that down a lot, if you can see there. Otherwise it's just not going to fit at all into that pocket. So I may then come unstuck and wish that I had done this actually smaller, because it may just take on a really peculiar shape. But let's just cut it down. So I'm going to cut it down about here. And if I need to take it in a bit further, you know, hopefully that's still going to be fine. So if I just check that that's going to fit into the pocket, and obviously, oops, there's a paper clip there from the other side. So just check that that's going to fit into the pocket. Whoops. Okay, well that's fine actually, because obviously by the time it's, you know, bulked out a little bit, I think that will be just about right. So I just pop that to one side. So although it looks a bit of a peculiar shape, you know, for a little mini journal, because it's a little bit sort of squarish, I think that's going to work fine. So I'm just going to glue down, you know, this section here that's going to be the pocket. Oh gosh, no, I don't want to have glue problems already, even I've just that second switched the camera on. Okay, I do have another bottle of glue, so hopefully we're going to be fine, even if this bottle's playing up. So I'm kind of thinking I didn't really have so many glue problems during the nice weather. So it definitely is a, you know, a temperature problem, I think. So obviously overnight when the heating goes off, I, you know, assume that the glue is then getting very cold, and then it obviously doesn't really want to play the game then the next day. I'm wondering whether that happens, I don't know. But it just seems a bit of a coincidence to me that, you know, it seemed fine. I feel like it seemed fine during the summer months, and it just seems to be that it's got worse since the colder weather again. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat today. So I've got my Paris bouquet pages, and they're actually double-sided, that I ran off double-sided. So I'm just going to have a look and just check that I wouldn't prefer a different one. So I'm just quickly having a look through. There, I went up. Okay, so I've got some that haven't been printed double-sided. They've got other things on the back of them, so I might prefer to use that, I think. So these were obviously while I was making the kit and trying to get it right. So what I'm going to do is just, I think, tear down this section here, and I'm just going to tear across that section there. Okay. And then just kind of bring that up. So I'm just, you know, roughly getting it to the size that it needs to be. Okay. And then just in along this edge as well. And again, you know, I mean, I don't want it dead square or anything like that. So if you're thinking, oh my gosh, you know, my folds are way off square, it's kind of intentional because I don't want it to look like I've, you know, intentionally kind of squared it off. I mean, obviously there I've got a big chunk now missing, but that's fine because I don't want it to look, you know, like I've literally put a square on there, if you see what I mean. So I've also got this little clock, which I thought would be really nice on here. And then this journal is very pink and girly, so I'm going to, I think, decorate it up with some girly pink bits and bobs. So let's just stick this on first. So I hope everyone's having a good day. It's a gorgeous day today. Again, I know I always say this, but honestly, I'm filming ahead. So if you look out, if you're in the UK and you think, what's she talking about? It's foul. Honestly, as I'm filming this, it's gorgeous. I mean, the temperature was 0 this morning. So yeah, it's not the warmest day, but it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blue skies. And yeah, looks really, really nice looking out of the window. I mean, I'm not saying it's warm or anything like that, but it's one of those lovely cold, crisp days, you know, the types of days that are just gorgeous for going for a walk or something. I mean, not that I'm going for a walk, but it's just nice to look out, to be honest, onto bright skies, isn't it? Come on. Okay. Right, time to bring in the other glue. Oh gosh, don't tell me I'm having problems with this one now. This is a new glue, only been open a few days. Again, I'm thinking my glue problems are relating to, you know, temperatures and things. It just seems that that's, you know, a possibility, I think. So trying to check whether there's anything kind of gunking it up, but I don't think so. Right, okay. Put the lid on this. Keep it upside down. Put it to that side so that I don't keep on grabbing the wrong one. Right. So I'm just going to pop this down here. Okay, and then I'll spread it out with my glue spreader. Okay. And then I've got this clock, which I'm actually going to ink up with pink. Obviously it is pink anyway, so how much this will show is negligible, but just so as it kind of stands out a little bit. And actually it is showing quite a lot, you can probably see. It's yeah, showing up quite a lot. I think I did say this recently, but I bought this Victorian velvet, which it's really strange because I've had Victorian velvet before and it was very red. This one is very pink. Beautiful colour still, you know, absolutely lovely. But I'm wondering whether this is, you know, how it should be, or whether the other one was how it should be. Or perhaps the colour's changed over time, I'm not really sure. But definitely it wasn't quite the colour I expected it to be when it arrived. You know, I don't mind because this colour's gorgeous too, but it was just a bit unexpected really. And then I'm just going to open my, you know, what's going to be my little journal. And I'm just going to go around this section as well. like that. Okie dokie. Yeah, I know that I've said recently, but I had bought some, you know, some colours, distress ink colours and distress oxide colours, and oh, I'm loving having a few, you know, a few more colours in my collection. So yeah, it's, you know, really been nice, because they were something I didn't really have an awful lot of, different colours, but now I've got quite a good selection, and yeah, they're really lovely having, you know, having lots of colours, so I'm really enjoying that. Right, so I'm going to have my clock on there, and I'm just wondering whether I've got some pink doily. Again, it's probably not really quite the right colour, but we'll just see. Okay, well, it's not too bad. Not too bad. And then I've got some of my little rosebuds. So these are they're printables, but they were my little, you know, watercolour rosebuds. So they're pretty on there, aren't they? I wanted something, you know, kind of, I don't know, quite a bright, nice, vibrant pink, really. So I think these just look good. Don't know about that, but okay. Shall I put some lace on underneath the clock or anything? Got a little postage stamp we could have maybe off to the side. It's quite nice. I mean, as I say, it's a really pink and girly journal, so although it looks like I'm overdosing on pink here, which of course I am, you know, the whole journal is very pink and girly and frilly and what have you. So yeah, I'm just kind of going with the continuing the theme here. And I just would like this little mini journal-y piece to feel just really kind of, you know, puffy and padded and just scrumptious when you pull it out. So hopefully it's going to kind of take on that feel. I've just got this, which is just an offcut from my Slipper and the Rose papers, but I've used it somewhere else in the journal, so I'm just wondering whether we could have that somewhere on here just to break it up a little bit. Then we could have maybe a little stamp or something. That's kind of quite sweet, isn't it? Let's just have a look. Maybe this one. See what else I've got laying around here, because obviously I have been, you know, going pink crazy with this journal. So there's a whole array of pink things laying about on my desk. So just every now and then it's just really nice to make something so awesomely girly, isn't it? And yeah, just pretty and scrumptious. And I mean, to be honest, I love all colours really, but you know, sometimes it's just nice to kind of just work with pinks. Right, let's have a look and see whether I've got my book plate to hand. I just thought I might quite like a little book plate on here. That one looks maybe quite a good colour, so I'll just pop that back. Okie dokie. Sure whether, let me just see how this would ink up if I ink this in pink. That's pretty, isn't it? Okay, so let's pop that down. Okay. Down there, and oops, the clock here. I was going to replace the word journal there with love, but obviously it's not quite fitting, although I've got the word treasured here. I don't know whether that looks strange, so let's just ink that up and have a look. I haven't really played around with changing the appearance of the book plates very much. You know, I've just kind of kept them as is, you know, because I like using them like that. But I just wonder whether I could, you know, change the appearance slightly by doing something like that inside the book plate, which looks quite nice, doesn't it? And then we could have that there. Something like that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? And then I just wondered, not that one, but let me just have a look for my glue book favourites too, where I've got lots of pink flowers. So just see whether any of these might be quite good. So hold on, got these pink roses. Oh, I just love these pink roses so much. Okay, what I might do is pop the book, the clock. I might pop the clock down. Am I going to use any more of that? No, I don't think so. I'm even going to be really good and bin that rather than keep another scrap laying around my desk that clearly I do not need that. It's tiny, and what would I possibly use that for? Now, with regards to some lace for here, let's just have a look. Got some of this pretty pink. This may be going to be an overdose of pink, to be honest. Oh, it looks all right, actually. Thought it might just look absolutely hideous. Right, I'm just going to check whether I would prefer that over or under that rose. Okay, I'm going to stick the treasured in the middle of that book plate. Like that. Okay. Just seeing what else I've got laying around that's pinkish. No, can't see anything at the moment. There probably are other things here, but I'm just probably not spotting them right now. So just see. Oh, I've got another one of these roses. I love these. They're probably my favourite flowers. Okay. So you could have that on there or down here on the side. I think up the top is quite nice. So just poking out the top, and then okay, more glue problems. Oh, it's so annoying. I'm just going to try and rest it against my hot glue, which will hopefully, you know, warm it up a little bit and get it working better. Okie dokie, so that's that rosebud, and then we're going to have the clock. Perhaps I will have love over there now. Okay, let's just check. Have that like that. That's quite pretty, isn't it? I feel like I'd like something else, you know, greenish somewhere else. So maybe that one there. I mean, that does look super pretty, to be honest. Am I going to have any lace anywhere? I can't have a laceless piece, surely. Surely not. Just going to check whether I might prefer some ivory lace because, you know, just because obviously this is super pink doesn't necessarily mean that it might not benefit from just a little touch of, you know, ivory or something. So I mean, I think the ivory is kind of quite nice as a bit of a break from the pink actually. Just check whether I might prefer it under here at all. No, right, I think I'm going to have it down here. So I might, right, I'm going to glue this on after I put some pages in here, I think. So, okay, let's put the clock down. Oh my goodness, this glue is so annoying. So sorry everybody, it's very frustrating, I realise that. Okie dokie. And that's keeping the pin in it and it upside down and resting against my hot glue gun, so goodness knows what it would be like if I wasn't doing those things. Oops, that's the glue falling over now. It decided it had had enough of resting against my hot glue. Okay. Let's just check which of these are going to look cutest on the book plate. I don't want it kind of like edged off, I guess, do I? So let's just check what this one might look like. Well, I guess it could go kind of more like that, couldn't it? That's quite pretty. Yeah, I quite like that, I think. And then we might just have a little rosebud there in the corner. It looks really super cute. Do we want the word love on here at all? Might have the word love inside somewhere. Don't think I really need that one actually. Okay, so let's just go for this. Okay, there's that one. Just pop this one down here on the book plate. And this one. Okay. Oops, come out, come out. Yeah, this is probably the most pink and girly journal that I've done for quite a while actually, but I mean, to be honest, I don't really know as I've got a favourite colour to work with. I mean, I say about so many things, oh, that's just my type of thing, or right up my street, or, you know, but I think because actually I pretty much love most colours and, you know, so there's so many kind of colour combinations or things like that that, you know, I would kind of sum up as my type of thing. You know, so yeah, I do like doing the pink and girly. I mean, I love, as you know, doing sort of black, you know, things with the black lace and that dramatic kind of look as well. I'm not really too sure what, you know, what I would class as my favourite, to be honest. Right, now before I put the pages in, what I'm going to do is just kind of do a bit of strengthening on this pocket. So again, what I'm going to do is just, this was from my scrapbooking days, as you can probably see. Okay. And I'm just going to strengthen that by kind of putting down some more paper on top of it. So we'll just pop that down. Then I'll just trim it up afterwards. So come on, come on. Honestly, this glue's like really, you know, new and should not be like this at all. It's not great to have to just put my pin in every kind of like, you know, 1 second of running with the glue and then have to put the pin in, is it really? But oh well, I suppose it's not really a big deal. Okay. Okie dokie, so I'm just going to pop this down here. Oops. This actually has got some very faint text in it. So I can actually see that it's actually now upside down, but obviously I'd trimmed that edge, or, you know, tore that straighter edge off to use on this side. So I'll have to just go with it now. Okay, let's just trim this off now. Okay, and just a bit here. Okay, right. So I'm just going to ink that up, and then what I will probably do is stitch around this pocket slightly. Well, not slightly, but completely, I guess. Just stitching around there, and then I'm going to stitch some pages in, and I might put some decorative pieces on this pocket. So let's sort out some bits that we're going to have as pages. So obviously I've got some more of that pink paper. And I don't necessarily need them all to be, you know, identical sizes or anything like that. So just trim that down, and then we're just going to trim it out here. Okay, so I just need to trim this one down slightly more because it's a little bit too tall. Okay, and then I've got, obviously, as I say, some of these are double-sided. I'm just going to see if I've got any that are pink on both sides, because you know what I'm like with my matchy-matchy. Oh gosh, would you believe I haven't? They're all kind of back-to-back, but with brownie on the other side, which then I don't feel that they're quite matching, so I'm not going to incorporate those, just being ridiculous like I am over things like that. So I just have a look and see if I've got any other, just kind of scraps really, that I could incorporate in here. So let's just have a look. No, I now can't see any, which isn't that just always the way. So I'll just get a couple of coffee dyed pieces. Well, I mean, I don't really even need a couple. I just, you know, get away with just one really, because obviously this is going to be folded in half, so, and obviously it's got to fit in that pocket, so I can't have anything too bulky, or else of course it's not going to fit in the pocket. So I'll just then trim this down just like that. See, okay. Okay, and then I can just stitch these pages in. Wouldn't mind just maybe one other sort of page, maybe something a little bit different, so maybe some book page or something like that. So let me just see whether I've got some nice-ish book page. Got that gorgeous stamp book that I love, so I think we'll have one of those in there, like that. Just gives it something else, you know, something a little bit interesting in amongst those other pages. So, oh, and I mean, aren't these the most beautiful pages? Look at this section here. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So, like that. So I'm just going to go across to the sewing machine and just stitch these little pages in. Okay, so I'm back from the sewing machine, and all I've done is stitched around on this back pocket. So just get rid of those threads. Whoops. And then I just ran a stitch straight through the middle to stitch in the signature there. So, oops, just cut those threads off now. So that's that. And then I'm just going to pop that lace trim just down the spine. So I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac for that one. Okay, and I'm going to go right over the spine with that lace. So run it all the way down the side, and then hopefully it will kind of then fold across over the spine as well. So like that. And then just turn it over and then do another line here. Okay. Like that. Again, just dab up any excess glue. And I'm just going to snip this off here. So it looks super pretty. And then what I might do is just do something on this inside page. So, you know, we could just pop something down as a pocket, or I've got this little piece that we could have as like a little frame on here. That might be quite pretty. Maybe even just pop some lace down there, because also the lace then, it would just protect this edge from, because obviously this is just paper, you can see it's already kind of, you know, getting a little bit creased on the corner. So if we just pop some lace down here on the edge, then it would just help to protect that slightly. So just going to run that down the edge when my glue decides to come out. Okay. Like that. Okay, and then just, whoops, cut that off here. Like that. I don't know whether this frame is quite the right thing, to be perfectly honest. It was just kind of a stamped piece that I happened to have laying about, and I thought, well, that would be quite good to get that off of my desk, but I mean, not really too sure it's quite the right thing. I mean, I guess it's not the wrong thing. Yeah, I mean, it probably is okay. Let's just double check. I have kind of a couple of flowers on there. That might look quite nice. And I had that word love, didn't I? I wonder whether I could have that somewhere. Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it, on the inside of there? Okay. So we'll just going to pop some more Fabri-Tac down here, because this lace is actually quite wide, so I want to make sure it's, you know, stuck down everywhere. Okay, shall we ink this up a little bit with some of the pink? Okie dokie, just a bit of pink on the inside mainly of that frame. That looks just better already, doesn't it? And then we're just going to stick this down in here. I'm going to tuck it into there, I think. Okay, right, so that's that. And then I'm just going to pop a couple of flowers down. So I might have that one there. I'm going to hot glue this down. Okie doke. And then another other one. That word. Do we want the word here, or shall we have it over here? So let's just see if we have it there. Oh, no, why can't I now get this quite right? Hold on. Just goes like this sometimes, doesn't it? You can't get quite the right piece. That's quite pretty. Yeah, I quite like it like that, I think. So, I mean, I was going to have the word love over there, but I'm going to have it over here, I think. Okay. Put that down there. Oops. And then we'll just have this on there, or do we want it above? Just going to check whether I might prefer a different one. I mean, obviously, there's not a great deal in it, but maybe it might be better across there. Yeah, I prefer it there, I think. So just glue that one down as well. Oh my goodness. Come on. Okay. Right, okay, so that's that. And then I'm going to decorate up, obviously, the back as well. So we just go to the little back pocket here. And again, just kind of using up some little bits and pieces that are sort of laying around on the desk. I mean, obviously, these bits and pieces are here because I was, you know, working on this journal. They wouldn't necessarily have been here otherwise, but, you know, they're just some extra pieces that I've obviously pulled out whilst I was doing this. I'll just see whether we might use some of that pink lace, because again, that's just now laying around here, so it's good to use things and get them out of the way, isn't it? Yeah, and it just finishes this edge off, to be honest. So let's just now stick that down. Okie dokie. There we go, and I'll just trim that off there. And just have, actually I prefer this flower stamp for some reason. I mean, I don't know really why, but yeah, this one's just kind of calling me a bit more than the other one was. And then I'll just have that little rosebud there. Quite like it in the middle. I'm going to just, again, just hot glue that down. Just like that. Okay. And then we'll just hot glue this down as well. Okay. Okay, looking super pretty so far. So that's my, obviously, back pocket there. The only thing is, obviously, it's a little bit on the flimsy side because it was just obviously made with the copy paper. The front, obviously, now is not too bad because it's been thickened with all the bits that we've stuck on there. The back page is slightly flimsy, you know, which is okay, but, you know, I guess I'm just a little bit concerned that it could be a bit too flimsy. So what we could do is, again, we could just pop some more of that decorative paper on there. I'll just go down there. Again, just take that down. I mean, really, in hindsight, I probably would have been better off, you know, doubling over the paper and sort of stitching it together. You know, but hey, hindsight's a wonderful thing, as we always say. I, you know, didn't do that, so it's too late now worrying about it, isn't it? So, and obviously, you know, it's mainly flimsy here because, of course, there's a pocket here, which is thickening it up. So, I mean, so long as I get this down, then that should be okay. And again, I probably shouldn't have stuck this lace down because then I could actually go under here. So, yeah, it's a little bit too late to do that now. My lace doesn't want to kind of come up. So, I mean, it's a bit of a how not to, I'm afraid, but as I have the straight edge that side, and I feel like I have a weak spot here. Well, I guess that probably is still better. Otherwise, it looked a little bit strange, you know, sort of snug up to that lace, but not tucked under it. So, yeah, I'm going to go for it this way up instead. So, oh, goodness me. Come on, glue. I keep thinking there must be kind of a, you know, a thick bit or something blocking it. I honestly think this is temperature, you know, temperature related. I mean, I had never thought of that before until somebody really kindly mentioned it in a comment once and said about, you know, when they're bringing it over to like the UK or, you know, shipping it to its destination, if it then freezes at any point during its journey, you know, it can kind of compromise the texture of the glue. So I'm kind of thinking, I mean, obviously it's not freezing in my house, but equally it obviously does get quite cold overnight when the heating goes off. So I'm kind of thinking, although the glue doesn't freeze necessarily, I guess keep, you know, going very, very cold and then warming up again, you know, it's probably not really doing it any favours. So yeah, I think that's, you know, that's what's going on with the glue. But anyway, it's very annoying, so I do apologise. Okie dokie. And then I'm just going to ink around here. Oh, I got some ink on the lace and it looked gorgeous actually, so I might have to just go over that a bit like that and just tear this down. Okay. Might just go over a little bit of that lace here as well. That looks super pretty. Don't know whether I went round the edge of that paper or not, to be honest. Okay, that looks very, very pretty, doesn't it? Might just have to do a little bit here as well now. That just looked so gorgeous. And then I don't think we inked anything on this side, so okay. Okie dokie, so that's that. Okay, so loving how this cute little booklet's coming along. And then all I'm going to do is just literally add a couple of little pieces as sort of pockets. I mean, you know, super basic, obviously. But just for a sort of decorative, you know, detail. And I guess for a little something extra. Let me just pop this down here. Okie doke. So we've got that one there. Like that. And then maybe have a rosebud or something on this page here. Just so that, you know, basically the whole journal looks just really pretty when you look through it. Instead of just being completely plain, it's got a bit more bit more stuff going on. Oh, that's so pretty on that that page, isn't it? I'm going to have that there. Oh, this glue, driving me putty now. Okay. It's just going to be one of those days, I think, so I best not do any more videos after this one. Okay. That looks really pretty like that. And then what else have I got? What else have I got laying beside me? Let's just check it out. Well, I've got that little scrap of lace, obviously, that could just go down on there. So I'm going to hot glue that now because I'm fed up with fighting with my glues. So yeah, we're just going to go for the hot glue because it's just quicker and less of a struggle. Okay, and then got obviously some more of that lace that we might just run maybe some down there. So again, let's just hot glue that so that I'm not having a battle going on. Okay, chop that down. And then, you know, I might as well just use up this little piece of lace just because then it's, you know, it's gone off of my desk. So I might just have a little bit here. I mean, to be fair, I could actually have a little sort of tab. So perhaps what we'll do is cut it down. I'm just going to cut it slightly shorter because otherwise they're going to be huge, huge tabs. And we could have a little sort of page tab here. So I just glue that one down. And then just a little bit of glue here. Okay. And I wonder if we could have a bit of lace or something, just... that's a bit peculiar, isn't it? Perhaps we'll have another little page turner or something, shall we? So let's put one here. I feel like this is the last thing I needed to do for my journal, but you know what it's like when I actually kind of then flick through it. I might have some other bits that I have forgotten to put things in pockets and things like that, because that's normally what happens when I do the flip through. But I feel like this was the last thing that I needed to do, but who knows? I may well find that there is more when I come to do it. So, yep, that's those bits, and I've got one little rosebud here that again was just floating on my desk. Might as well just pop that in somewhere. Maybe I'll have it here. Okay, so I just then, again, I'm just going to hot glue that. Like that over that lace. Okay. And we just probably want just a couple more rosebuds and things. Otherwise we've got sort of a cluster of little decorative pieces going on here and then nothing else much for the rest of the book. So just going to pop a couple of other things in places. So I'm going to go for that one. Just in there. And then, yeah, I've just got a few pages here with like nothing. So just going to put something else there. So again, perhaps we'll just put sort of a rosebud or something down there. Okay. middle pages and these two. Perhaps we just need something here. So again, perhaps we'll just have one. Perhaps this little one there or there. I think there actually. Maybe down there. Down there, I think. Okay. Okie dokie, right, we are done and dusted, I think. So obviously I've got that little pocket that's in there, so I can just put something in here, and then I've got a little pocket here that I can also put something in. Might also sort of maybe paperclip 1 or 2 pieces in there, but I mean obviously I can't afford for it to get too bulky or else it's not going to fit in that pocket. But yeah, I mean just a super cute little you know, mini journal, I suppose, to go into one of our pockets. So I hope that you like it, and maybe it gave you some inspiration and things. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully see you guys again soon. Thanks then. Bye.